Back body. So, it's another one, yeah. It's a full scan, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to iBoxingHub. I go by the name of BIYENGE, featuring yours Truly Tre. If you're new to this channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe. What's good?
Cuz, what's going on? What's going on to the people, to the community, whoever's tuned in? Just let us know where you're tuned in from. So if you're tuned in from the States, let us know in the chat. Cuz, before we get into the show, here's a quick word from our sponsors, D-Rock Clothing. Yes, people, you know the spiel by now is iBoxingHub in association with D-Rock. So people, take advantage of the discount code, which is iBoxingHub24, and you get 40% off everything. So if you liked what my cousin, Mr. Sports Entertainment, was wearing during that shadow boxing skit, just head over to the description and utilize that code. Cuz, obviously, big up to you. Hopefully you've had a tremendous day. I've had a tremendous day. Wednesdays are always a tremendous day. But cuz, we're here for the roundup, and we're obviously going to preview, you know, the big one for the BBC. This is going to be a big fight that's going to be happening in the BBC. Clarke versus our brother, Jamie TKV. That's obviously going to be a good one. But cuz, where do you want to start, man?
It's a big event this weekend. I believe it's on. Is it on BBC Two or is it on iPlayer? Either way, it's a massive event. You know, a British heavyweight clash. It's just interesting just to see what the outcome will be, because you know, this is Fraser's first shot at the British title, I believe, and this is Jamie's second shot at the British title. So it's an interesting one. It comes down to who wants it more and who's hungry.
Yeah, definitely, cuz, and like you said, it's going to be a big opportunity, you know, for our brother as well, man. And it's going to be a big opportunity for Clarke to, you know, make a name. But cuz, I can't lie, man, just the story of what our brother's, you know, gone through, you know, I don't know if you saw it. You probably saw it on the socials. You know, we grew up loving WWE, for example, and
Yes.
his dad, you know, being a pro, you know, wrestler.
Yeah.
And I love, you know, hearing that kind of stuff, man, because there's something there. You know, it's a story behind it, man. So I'll back him. You know, I'm gonna back him. I think he's gonna win on points, cuz I think he's gonna win on points. A lot of people are kind of going by, you know, the energy between both fighters, but you know, it could be a situation where you're gonna see, you know, a boxing masterclass, man. So let's see what our brother can do, man. But what are you saying, man?
Do you know what? No, exactly what you just said. You know, see, it could. The thing is, yeah, like on this one here, I'm sitting on the fence because they're both experienced. Do you know what I mean? I know Fraser's got the Olympic pedigree here, but Jamie, you know, he's been through it, and it just really comes down to who really wants it the most. Honestly, it really comes down to who wants it the most. And knowing that, you know, for Jamie to win, it'll be big. You know, not just for him, he'll be like for himself, because him becoming the what is it, the British title, right?
Yes, for the British title, yeah.
You know, it's like it opens doors. So it's just like, okay, he can potentially be in the mix in the world title shot. Because it's weird, because when I look at it now, not many heavyweights chase the European title anymore. No, is it me, or is it just I don't really hear much about the European title. You know, I've clocked that I don't really hear much about the European title, because a lot of people, it's weird because a lot of people say, oh, they get fast track, but sometimes I think it's not that far short. I think like if there's an opportunity that's been presented for like either fighting for a world title or fighting for eliminator, you'll most likely go for that than for the European. So I
Cause
believe that the winner will be in that mix because like look, eventually there'll be a time where the belts will be fragmented, open air. Just imagine you got a heavyweight in boxer, you got a heavyweight in Queensbrand, you got a heavyweight in matchroom. Do you know how mad that would be? That would be crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be mad, man. The future's bright, cause man, and like you said, once we see, you know, it's gonna happen eventually. The belts are slowly going. So once we see a full house done, it's a good opportunity, for, our brother, should he win, which I do think he can win. He's going to be in the mix, like you said, cuz. So the European, it's a very interesting one because not a lot of our, fighters have been able to. I'm talking about our fighters here in the UK. They don't really go for the European title as a heavyweight, but you could understand why. You could understand why, cuz one.
But
So
correct me if I'm wrong. Is there more money? Obviously, there's more money in the world title than the European. But with the British title and the European title, what's the salary? What's the package like? Is it the same? Was it different? Is European heavier? Was it low? Like, what is it?
um, obviously, if you're a pro boxer, if I was a pro boxer, if I was kind of putting my mind into that, it's more, that's the milestone, man. So British, after British, European. So in terms of the notoriety from a boxing perspective for the heavyweights, I think it's about the same level because of the level of fighters that we have in the UK and the commercial value. And now that the fact that this fight is going to be, on the BBC, it's going to bring, a little bit more notoriety. So, yeah, it should be an interesting one, Cosman. It should be quite profitable. Let's see. But yeah, big up to Mr. Neutral in the chat as well. Red Corner Boxing. Big up to Mr. Neutral, man. We absolutely, love what you're doing at Red Corner Boxing. But also, we love what you're doing at Fight Night Chronicles, man. It's absolutely special. Guys, I don't know if you watched it, man, but it's the best, in terms of a bedtime show to watch, just to sit back. They covered Tyson and Buster Douglas, man, which is a tremendous event, man. So big up, man. But yeah, cuz, sorry, what was you saying, man? We got distracted there.
Yeah, no. Just saying, like, look, the winner is gonna be bright. It's gonna be bright for the winner, but then again, there's gonna be a loser. So where does the loser go?
You know what? The loser, I don't think they would be out of the mix at all. I still think there's fights in the division that can still happen. You still got guys coming off losses that need to come back with a win. So there's still, Dylan White. I know we're gonna obviously cover Dylan White and what's gonna happen there, cuz. But you know what, cuz, we're there, man. Let's have
Yeah.
it, man. What did you hear
Well,
could
well,
be happening?
I've heard that they've made an offer to I think to Dylan White's camp for Dylan White and Lawrence Okoli to fight
Ooh.
next month on the 19th of December in Nigeria.
Nigeria. You know what, cuz? I'll be real with you, man, and most of the audience will probably agree with me. If you're listening, if you're watching, wherever you are, just let me know. Um, I would rather see the Source fight Richard Riakpo, man. That is the fight that I would rather see next. Dylan White, I could see why he would take this fight, but at the same time, you would favor, the younger, strong, a Coley Source coming up in the weight, he's looking good. You'd lean towards
You know
more to
what?
the Source to get the job done. But
This fight,
go for it, man.
it I with this fight here, with Lawrence and Dylan, it can go either way. If I'm honest with you, because obviously Lawrence, yeah, he's moved up to heavyweight. So this will be would it be his third bout in heavyweight? I'm not too sure. But
Yeah.
Dylan, obviously, I know what happened last time, but again, obviously he's fighting. He fought, a younger person who's the future. Lawrence Coley, it'll be an interesting one. It will definitely be an interesting fight because styles. It's the styles. It's I think their style will both gel with each other. If that makes sense. Because Lawrence, obviously long reach, whatnot. Dylan is a brawler, so it really comes down to if they can both take each other's punches. It really if they can both take each other. And other than that, I think Dylan's fighting Lawrence Coley. I'm assuming he's gonna bulk up a bit. I don't think he's gonna be light on it like the last fight.
I hope not, cuz as well, man. I hope like what you're saying. It could go either way. With Dylan White, the body snatcher, the can man. You call him the can man. I definitely think that you can't write him off. So
However,
yeah, we'll see.
it's a funny one because Lawrence Coley is basically giving Dylan White an opportunity. So should Dylan White beat Coley, he takes Coley's position, and that's what is that number 1 or number 2, ranked number 2 WBC.
Yeah, I believe so, because
Yeah,
Coley's got one of the silver titles, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, that title is important, isn't it? When it comes down to boxing, these interim silver titles, they're all interim belts that get you into the line.
It's an interesting one. It's because look, like I said, look, as much as I don't want to say, oh yeah, this is gonna happen because it can with this fight, it can go either way. Just remember before Coley, he was cruiserweight, Dylan obviously heavyweight. They had back and forth, blah blah blah. But now it's just like, okay, as boxing fans, we'll probably say Dylan's towards the end of his career now. That's why people are putting him out. That's why people want the fight. But I don't know. It's yes, I'll go. I would like to see a Coley do the business, but then at the same time, it's just like with me. Sometimes I can be a bit biased to say like who you tested in the heavyweight division. If anything, I would like to see a Coley fight AJ.
Oh, so you're saying straight AJ, yeah? You're going for it, yeah?
Yeah, AJ or a Coley and Wardley, a Coley and Daniel Dubois. The reason why I'm saying this because yes, a Coley, look, he's in a great position now. Yeah, he's in a lovely position, but where's Dylan ranked? Is he ranked 15, 20?
It's crazy, cause you know
Sometimes,
what?
as much as we hear names,
He's still in the mix. He's still in the mix, like you said.
yeah, he's still in the mix. He's still in the mix.
He's not out of the mix. Yeah, he's not out of the mix completely. It's
not funny. Nobody's calling out Joe Joyce no more.
Yeah, you know why? Because of the nature of the defeats, man. I guess, man, and commercial value right now.
Yeah, but we can say the same as defeats in terms of like, look, Dylan White, he got defeated in his last fight. People thought it was a farewell fight for him. He said no. There's been many people who's fought and lost. I mean, look, not long ago, everyone talking about Joe Dress. He's the one. He's gonna be fighting Usyk, and then Zhang just ruined the plans. And then this is how mad boxing is. Zhang ruined the plans. Jersey Parker ruined Zhang's plan. In fact, Wardley ruined Jersey Parker's plans. It's crazy.
Bro,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. You know what? Not just that as well. To answer your question, actually, Tony Yoka has been calling out Joe Joyce, man. He wants to do the whole, rematch of the Olympics, man. So I believe right now he's waiting for a response from, Joe Joyce's team, man. And wait, if you go to the last post from Tony Yoka, Joe Joyce actually comments below by saying he doesn't want to go to Paris, because of the judges and all of that stuff, man. So they want to find a neutral ground. So I think if there's a neutral ground, not obviously in the UK, not in Paris, Where's the neutral ground, cuz man?
Do you know what? At this point, yeah, Joe Dress might as well just go and fight in Paris because you can't be picky. Because the way I say it, yeah, as a boxer, you gotta believe in yourself, innit? So if he goes Paris and does the job, yeah, no one can't say nothing. Because look, Bakoli beat Tony Yoka, but Joe Dress can do the same. Then maybe we can perhaps get Joe Dress and Bakoli. I mean, Bakoli is another one as well. It's like, you know, not long ago, last year, he was the boogeyman. Oh,
Yeah,
you know,
cuz.
and now it's just like, yeah, it's just not interesting, you know. So look, there's a lot. The thing is, the problem is that I'm seeing in the heavyweights is that at the moment there's money, but there's not that much money. That there's not the people on the big money. It's like, look, you know, Usyk could have fought Wardley, but 4 million ain't gonna motivate him, is it? However, Wardley could fight the likes of AJ because commercially, that's big. Wardley can fight Triple D because commercially, that could be a big fight. You know?
Yeah, it's very likely, cuz it's very likely, you know, and that's the beauty. Once the belts are fragmented, cuz, and everyone kind of just goes in a division, picks up a belt, then you know everyone's laughing, man, because you got, you know, Wardley is obviously one of the champions right now. You know, he's holding the WBO championship. Then, you know, potentially when the other belts go, IBF, you know, you got the other belts that go, then eventually everyone's gonna, you know, get a piece of the pie. So there's a good chance, cuz man.
I
For a lot of,
just, do you know what? Wardley, I reckon. Oh, do you know what? Okay, if Lawrence Okoli beats Dylan White, Wardley should fight Lawrence Okoli.
but then that's kind of obviously I would love that as a fan, but he's skipping the queue, cuz man. That you can't be just walking into a title shot, man.
Well,
You know what I mean? That's
because what's his name? What's his name?
Abaya.
Yeah, he's fighting in January. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I believe is he next in line for a shot at Usyk's belt?
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
WBC, I believe.
So
Yeah,
he's not gonna fight. He's not gonna fight Okoli because, well, it won't make sense. So if an opportunity got presented, he'll fight Usyk. Um, Okoli, if he wants to be, if he wants to be kept active, he's either got Wardley or he's got Riapol. I said Riapol, but then he's saying he doesn't want to give Riapol the opportunity because Riapol, you know, hasn't won no title.
you know what? Cause I agree. I agree to a certain extent, but I can't lie to you. We obviously grew up watching WWE. You know the amount of times I've mentioned WWE. The reason why is because of the storytelling, the things behind it. I think there's a story that can be told, man. You know, it's been building up for a while. You know, the fans want it, the community want it. Like people, let us know. Is that a fight you'd rather see next? A Coley versus Riakpo? I can't lie to you, cause that is the next fight that I need to see between both guys. In my opinion, I think
I
it
reckon
builds up
that could be
nicely.
the next fight.
It needs to be, in my
But
opinion. It needs to be.
if the problem is, it's Ben Shalom and Frank Warren. Can they sit down, negotiate, and go through terms and conditions?
Yeah,
That's the issue.
yeah. You know what? You know how it happens, cuts. It's one person, man. You already know what
Yeah,
he
but
does. You
I
know what
know.
you know what
Yeah,
he does. You can put that in the
so
undercard of something, cuz.
yeah,
They'll, they'll be happy
yeah.
to fight in the undercard of a Riyadh season or ring event, and they're getting paid maybe a couple million each. Cause they're not gonna say no to the the dollars and cents, man, or the pound sterlings, man, or whatever currency they want to change it to. It's a lot of money, regardless, man. So I think that's the only way it happens, in my opinion, because a Coley, I know where he stands. We react poor. We understand why he's chasing the fight. It makes sense. Let's do it.
Who wins? Tough one, isn't it?
Akoli, I think, wins it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
think,
just looking at Richard. Yeah, I think Cole is bigger than him, isn't it?
yeah. That's why I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the dynamics, man. But I could also see the not in that level, not Holyfield level, but you know, in terms of the figure moving up, can be strong, fast on the feet. Let's see. Let's see if that's a bit too much for Coley. Because we saw what happened with Bill and Smith and the Coley. We saw that fight, man. We saw how it panned out. I know a lot of people can talk about the weights and whatever, man, but there is a blueprint to winning the fight. So let's see. It's a 50-50
Yeah.
fight that I would love to watch, cuz I can't lie to you.
Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to. I believe it's happening. Uh, Pitbull and what's his name? Oh, yeah, yeah.
Roach.
This fight is.
You
Do you
think,
know
cuz?
what? I think it's. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know because I'm leaning more towards Roach, but I just have to see because it's like at the moment Tank's out of the mix, right? So it's like Roach might be the next big thing in PBC.
Tank's always gonna be there, man. I reckon, man. You know, after he
But Tank,
sorts out the back,
Tank, is he still WBO champion? Is he still holding the title? Or was it being
I don't think
stripped?
he hasn't been stripped or nothing yet, man. So you know, he hasn't been stripped yet. If he has been stripped, let me know, people. But he's not been stripped, so currently he's still the champ right now, man. But um, I'm looking forward to the Roach and Pitbull fight, man, because we're gonna kind of we saw, you know, how difficult Pitbull was to Tank, you know, during that first fight that they had. So Roach, he's gonna obviously want to put on a statement, you know, against Pitbull, so that he can show people that look, Tank, he had to obviously take him to points on a close fight. I'm gonna stop him to kind of build up his profile for a bigger fight. So yeah, I could see why you're leaning towards Roach, but Pitbull, there's a reason why they call him Pitbull. He makes it hard for his, you know, opponents that are fighting against him. So it's an interesting one, cuz man. It's an interesting one, but skills pay the bills. I'm not gonna make that same mistake twice, man, because
Yeah.
you saw what you saw what happened over the weekend. Skills pays the bills, man. So we saw what
Well,
Haney did.
he
So,
wants to run it back.
who Norman Jr. Let's
Yeah.
have it. Let's have it. If he wants to run it back, let's have it, man. Let's have it. I think that
Shakur
was
Stevenson and your guy.
what Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
Take
I'll
over,
see that one.
Sulu. Take over. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
good fight, man. If that happens, man. If that happens, I'm hearing it is very close. It could happen. Once that's signed off, then you know you got a potential fight with. I don't know how Conor Ben's kind of in that mix to fight them as well. I think. What I wanted to know is, don't you think it would be an easier fight fighting Crocker? Not easier, like I mean, in terms of negotiations,
I think
everyone's in house. Crocker, like Crocker wants to do it. He said he wants to do it. Like they could do it.
comes. Yeah, but do you know, I think it's more of I think Ben wants to walk in his dad's footstep in it. So he wants to fight Marius Barrios for the
Yeah,
WBC. But
yeah,
I could be wrong here, but I think Marius Barrios might be defending that title against Ryan Garcia. I'm not too sure how true that is.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I think that's what he wants. He wants a WBC title. And then, you know, then I suppose then he can try and unify the division. But at the same time, I suppose again, out all of the pack, Marius Barrios looks like the weakest link.
The weakest
You know,
link,
the
yeah.
weakest link. Yeah, so that's why he's targeting him. So, you know, it should, like, the way I see it, let's just say hypothetically he beats Maris Barris, right? He would then fight Croker. He won't fight Haney. He'll try and get the belts, and then he'll fight Haney. Then that'll probably be even a bigger fight, money fight. Do you know what I mean? So everything, the way I see it with boxing, everything's calculated. You know, everything's calculated. They've got to be smart, strategic how they do things. So and at the same time, yeah, Haney doesn't have to give him opportunity, because the way I see it, Ben, you know, he's now a pay-per-view fighter, so he's on the payroll. He's a prize fighter.
Prize fighter, yeah. I was
Yeah,
about to
so
say
it's just a thing where, as much as people say, "Oh, you didn't won no title. Okay, you defeated Eubank, but it's 1-1, blah blah blah." But again, you know, he brings bum on seats, and he's making the mullah. So, you know,
dollars and
boxing is remember, boxing's a poor man's sport, and it's not a long-term sport; it's a short-term sport. So, make as much money as you can, and then keep it moving.
yeah, no, cuz it is absolutely crazy right now when it comes down to the welterweight division. Now that I'm just, hearing what you're saying and, just thinking about it, I think what looks like is happening is Ryan Garcia is fighting Marius Barrios, and Haney is obviously open to fighting, Garcia. So he's kind of rooting for Garcia to beat Marius Barrios, get the
Unify.
belt, unify, make it just nice and
So,
easy. And that's the rematch. That's the
yeah.
story. The whole PEDs and the
I
suing. And
suppose if
that's
that was to happen, then Ben will most probably then fight for the IBF title, wouldn't it? You know, and then again, he's in the mix. But again, let's wait and see, because obviously, I want to see him fight at 147, because we're talking, but it's been 4 years. So if he can fight at that weight, he feels comfortable, feels strong, the power's there, then hey, put some respect on his name.
us. I agree with you. I've had to say that for the last fight. So we got to put some respect on his name. But like you said, I think we got to see what happens when he's fighting at the weight, because we don't know how he's going to perform. Especially fighting at middleweight. Now he's going to have to go back down, and if it's through the IBF ruling, he's going to have to go through that same rehydration clause that Eubank had to go through in that. So, because you see, in how life is sometimes, man, it could be
Maybe that's why he's avoiding the IBF. Maybe, I don't know. Don't know. So,
questions. Yeah, like you said, man, you just never know. But yeah,
it's just
cuz, man,
something to see.
exciting. All right, cuz, I'm gonna throw it at you right now, man. So for the event, cuz, man, our brother Jamie TKV is obviously going to be fighting for the British Heavyweight Championship. What you saying? Who you going for the victory, and how? Just want your last prediction, man. So
Do you know what? Because it's for the British title, I can't see it going to distance. Somebody has to get knocked out. I want to see, obviously. Do you know, if I'm honest with you, I want to see both of them win. But obviously we have to have one winner. I'll have to go for Jamie.
let's go, man. I'm going for Jamie on points, cuz, man. I just think it's gonna be cagey in the first, half of the fight. Both guys are gonna kind of be tactical with it, and then it might pick up in the middle rounds. Later rounds, it's gonna be the championship rounds that decides the fight, man. So, and I see our boy just doing just enough to get a victory, man. So that's how I'm seeing the fight. But yeah, let's see, cuz, man. But yeah, once again, big up to you, big up to the whole of the community that's tuned in. I know we've got the Champions League, so a lot of people is going to be tuning into that. So that's why we had to just kind of go through the show. But cuz, big up to you, and big up to the whole of the iBoxingHub family. The work has been truly tremendous, from Crossroads in boxing to the Stay Waiting brothers to Fight Night Chronicles, to Kev's Capital Facts Boxing, to the watch along that just happened over the weekend, for the big night of champions, man. So no, big up to True Dollar Bill, doing his work for his end, and also just thank you guys for the support. We appreciate and love it. And we've got some good news coming out very, very, very soon. We're going to do a special EP in a different dynamics. I know people are used to, seeing us in these dynamics, but we're going to switch it up very, very soon for a special EP that's going to be coming out. But yeah, cuz, I'm going to hand it over to yourself. God bless you.
Bless you too, man. Thank you guys. Thank you for your continuous support. Actually looking forward to this event this weekend. Funny enough, there's actually 2 events. I think he's fighting as well. Ben Whittaker, ain't he?
Yes, cuz, man. What you saying about Benny? Yeah. Now that you said it, man, what you saying, cuz?
Well, you gotta go for the man, innit, Ben Whittaker.
Man with the plan.
Man with the plan, yeah, man. So yeah, just keep supporting, keep tuning in. Like my cousin said, we've got something special coming up real soon. Yeah, have a lovely, productive week. Peace and love. I'll see you again on Sunday.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my scars with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag,